What's up guys, and welcome to the channel. It's Joanna here, founder and CEO of Supple. And today I wanted to do a review of one of my favorite shoes in my rotation right now, which is this Adidas Adizero SL, which also happens to have one of the oddest pricing schemes I've ever seen in the running industry. So this thing hit the market at $120 MSRP earlier this year, late last year, and now it's been discounted to $65 for this red colorway. That's what I picked it up for a few months ago, and I'm also starting to see it for $35 now in this red colorway and in the women's blue and white colorways. I have no idea what they're doing with this, if Adidas just created too much inventory and needs to liquidate it, or if it's not moving as many units as they thought it would, but there is no way this shoe should be priced at $35. I'm gonna get into everything that I love about this shoe. You know, matter of fact, go pause this video, just pick up a pair for $35 and then come back and watch everything I love about this shoe. I'm gonna let you know why this is my favorite daily trainer right now. Let's get into it. So first up, Adidas launched this as their primary daily trainer in their core running rotation. It slots into that Adizero lineup that they have, which includes shoes like their Marathon Racing Pro 3 as well as the Takumi Sen. And that Adizero line is really meant to be that performance fast line. For a while there, Adidas did not really have a competitive daily trainer in the market. They had shoes like the Solar Glide, they had shoes like the Ultraboost, but those are heavier, more lifestyle focused shoes, more walking shoes. Still very comfortable, but enthusiast runners, those who are really educated about shoes in the space and have large rotations, weren't really running in them. I mean, you'd see Tin Man Elite running in them because they're sponsored by Adidas, but other than that, Adidas did not really have a solid daily trainer. So this guy right here comes in at around 8 ounces. It has that full length bed of Light Strike foam, which is EVA, and then a puck of Light Strike Pro up here in the forefoot. Like I mentioned, the MSRP is $120, but right now it's on sale for $35 in some places, which is absolutely mind-boggling. This is where it really shines for me. At $120, at $65, at $35, whatever this is priced at, it's at the affordable range of the market. The ride on here is just really solid and consistent. And I think this is what's missing in a lot of the daily trainer shoes from the market today. We're seeing a lot of tech, we're seeing a lot of innovation. I recently lambasted Nike for not having tech and innovation in some of their shoes, but there is a place in the market, and I said in that video too, for these simple, reliable, no frills, unremarkable everyday running shoes. And that's where the Adizero SL slots in. The ride is pretty simple. It's on the firmer side, but it's nicely cushioned. This EVA, while it is on the firmer side, is also supportive and cushioned. I think the stack in here is perfect in that low to mid 30s range in the heel. That's really the sweet spot for daily trainers for me in 2023. And then this puck of Light Strike Pro in the forefoot. I've heard some reviewers saying they can't feel it, but when you are midfoot striking to toe striking, for me, I can definitely feel it on toe off, and I do think it adds a bit more pop and bounce when I'm picking up the pace. At slower paces, if I'm more heel striking or back midfoot striking, I do feel a nice plush sensation from this EVA foam. And then when I'm toeing off, there's not a huge rocker on here, so it's not gonna feel like something like the Speed 3 or the Mach 5 where it's helping you roll forward and pop off the toe, but it's gonna help you feel nice and planted. And what I love about shoes like this that have that flat platform is that it doesn't do the work of running for you, and it rewards you developing an efficient stride. The key piece that I think some of us are missing in that daily trainer conversation is the emphasis is not just on the daily. It's not just what we want to pull for every day. It's also on the trainer part, right? What's gonna help our training? What's gonna help us develop more fitness? What's gonna help us develop more leg strength? And that's where a shoe like the Adizero SL really shines. This is a great training shoe that doesn't have weird tech, that doesn't have stabilizing elements. It's the perfect amount of cushioning for any type of run you're gonna wanna do. It has the perfect amount of foam in the forefoot to help you develop leg strength and to help you develop an efficient cadence that's gonna help you race better in the long term. So if you're looking to improve your general fitness, you're not just looking for a shoe that's gonna make it easy for you to run, that's gonna do the work of running for you. If you want to become a better runner, you need a shoe like the Adizero SL in your rotation. Alright, let's get into the midsole of the Adizero SL. So you can see here, Adidas is using that full length bed of light strike, and on the inner part of the shoe, it spells it out, literally what you're getting here, light strike. I like how they're using that Lambo design language still in the midsole. They've got some nice aggressive cutouts, which should help shave some weight. And then on the bottom here, they also have another cutout through the midsole, so you can see into that Light Strike Pro, which is what's right up here in the forefoot area. Now, this is a standard EVA foam. It's gonna be similar to that Saucony Power Run, that very durable, reliable, consistent riding type of foam that you see in those workhorse daily trainers. That's really what this thing is. It's a mileage eater that you can use for any type of run, and relatively lightweight, so it's also something that you could use to pick up the pace if needed. Let's get into the upper. So the upper is pretty comfortable on this. The toe box is actually wider than some of my other shoes. It reminds me of the fit of the On Cloud Stratus and Cloud Monster, which also have a bit wider toe boxes. The midfoot is pretty snug. It's not gonna be as roomy as something like an On or an Ultra. It does have that performance fit, but it's nice that the toe box is a bit wider. The thing about the toe box too though is it's not as high volume as some of those other shoes. Around the back here, we have some nice padding. It's not too much. It's not gonna be overly plush. If you compare it to a shoe like the Pegasus, there is a bit more padding through the back of the Pegasus, but this one is still pretty solid, and we've got some nice breathability through these holes up front. The tongue is not gusseted. You can see I can just flop it out here like this. It's not much of an issue for me. Around the back, we do have a nice plastic piece reinforcing this heel and Achilles area. It provides a nice solid lockdown. And like I said, it does have a nice performance fit through the upper, so it is gonna feel pretty snug on fit, though accommodating in the toe box. A key piece of what's gonna make a daily trainer an awesome option is how many miles you can get from it. This one is going to be a high mileage eater. If you look at this rubber that we have on the bottom here, we got a full covered platform. I have between 40 and 50 miles on this pair right now, and you can see in the back here, this is where I generally see a lot of wear, and there is absolutely nothing. There's really minimal wear and tear on this rubber. It's not that Adidas Continental rubber that's super grippy, but it does grip the road pretty well. I've run in the rain a few times and I've had no issues with this. And we do have some strategic cutouts to shave weight. I would anticipate with the EVA combination and that full length rubber outsole, you can get 400 plus miles out of this easily. I'm excited to see how many miles I can get out of this thing. This is gonna be my go-to daily trainer for my next half marathon build, going for that sub 120 goal. Wish me luck and let me know in the comments what you're training for next, but this is gonna be a great shoe to support all those everyday runs, and I hope I can get 400, 450, 500 miles out of it, because a lot of my other shoes I've been going with Saucony for the past year, they do not have great rubber coverage. They do that strategic rubber coverage in the high wear areas, and I'm a notoriously heavy scuffer. I'll just rip right through all of those outsoles at around 250 miles. So with this being a full coverage outsole, I'm hoping to take it to 450 miles, and I'll give you updates every 50 to 100 miles on how we're doing with it. Alright, who is the Adizero SL best for? At $35, it's best for everyone. It's also going to be good for that beginner looking to get into running and have a reliable shoe that they can use for everything. This is also going to be great for that intermediate to advanced runner who's tackling a marathon, and maybe you have a shoe like the Asics Gel Nimbus, that max cushion cruiser in your rotation. You have a Saucony Endorphin Speed 3 or a Mach 5, those exciting bouncy shoes in your rotation. And you need something to slot in that's simpler, gonna help you build leg strength and work some of those different muscles. Then go for this as that everyday running option to give you a different underfoot sensation and round out your total running ability. Alright guys, so that was my thoughts on the Adizero SL. Let me know in the comments if you've tried it. Let me know in the comments once you go and pick it up for $35. As always, thank you for liking and subscribing. I'll make sure to keep you up to date on the latest and greatest in the world of performance running.